Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are working more on my Newcrest save file. If you haven't heard, I'm rebuilding Newcrest. I feel like Newcrest is a world that doesn't get the appreciation and love that it deserves because it's a blank world. No one wants to build their world from scratch, but that's why I'm doing all of the hard work for you guys. I'm building a Newcrest and we've already gone ahead and gone through the neighborhood and decided which area is going to be the upper class area with the mayor's house. Then we're going to have another area with a couple of starter homes and a whole heap of community lots. And then the other area, which we've already started work on, is a row of terrace houses with more of a Victorian look and feel about them. But today we're going to the upper class section and we're building a country club. I thought a country club would be a good idea for this lot because this lot actually faces onto a golf course. I mean, I don't think anyone knew that Newcrest had a golf course in it until I noticed the other day. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have noticed, but I never have personally noticed that. And I was like, oh, okay, this looks fancy. You know what's often on a golf course? A country club. So that's what we're making today. And because this is the upper class area or the more snobby, expensive area, I thought a country club would be perfect for the more snobby Sims to go to. And I thought that the country club could be a place. I mean, let's be honest, country clubs are usually a very expensive thing to be part of. So I've heard, I've never been a part of a country club, but memberships are generally quite expensive. So a lot of people feel pretty good when they go there because they're like, yes, I'm an exclusive member of this place and I want the best. So this place needed to have a slightly snobby vibe, and I wanted it to also look like an older building that had been maintained over time. So it is going to look a little bit more traditional. However, it's had a good paint job. They've got a lot of like black and white colors, which I felt like were kind of a good way of modernizing something more traditional, but also giving it that glam look. I'm doing a lot of like quote unquote here because I feel like whenever people use a lot of black and white in their home, it's often more of a glam look and feel, having that contrast and I suppose less colors. So that's what we're going for. It is going to have a lot of traditional furniture, and the pack that we are using today is cats and dogs because all of the packs or all of the builds that we're doing in Newcrest, I didn't want to keep them all as base game just because for the purpose of enjoying this and putting it on my YouTube channel and on Twitch. I wanted to still be able to experiment with a few different packs. However, I wanted it to be easy for you guys to download if you don't have many of the packs. So what I'm actually doing is restricting each build to certain packs. We're only using 3 or 4 for each build, utilizing a lot of base game too. I'm going to do a couple of only base game builds as well. So for this one, we're using pretty much only cats and dogs for the whole build, except on the exterior, we use Spa Day wallpaper for the dark wallpaper. Super easy. If you download this with, say, cats and dogs in base game, you can easily replace that wallpaper with a base game one. That's straightforward, but basically the whole build is cats and dogs, and I think the only other thing that we use is, what was it? Oh gosh, I've already forgotten. I think it's going to be maybe a fence from Get Together. No, it's not a fence. It is umbrellas. There's a couple of umbrellas next to the lounges that are from the Seasons expansion pack. However, if you download this and you only have cats and dogs in base game, all that will be missing is a couple of umbrellas and the exterior wallpaper, so you should be okay. And also at the start, I did pull out a whole heap of items from the debug cheat that you can see over there, and we don't actually end up using any of them, I don't think. I pulled them out for no reason. I thought we could maybe make a little mini golf course, but we didn't do that in the end. It was a cute idea, but I feel like it would have looked kind of silly and been, would have had no purpose for gameplay. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of all of that. And I think a few of those items, like the rocks there, might have technically been from Island Living, so those wouldn't have worked for that reason either, so we delete them all. Anyway, we're making the exterior of this country club. I had a lot of trouble actually with the roofing. I struggle a lot with roofing. I think a lot of players do. Roofing's just hard. Like, the only person that I know finds roofing quite easy is probably James. He just, I don't know why, but he just figures out roofing really quickly. And if I have trouble with roofing something, it's like, oh, you just do this. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why, but he's just weird like that. So he's talented like that. So yeah, roofing's hard, but I think in the end we make it work. We shuffle a few things around. I wanted, again, like I've said before, to have a traditional part of the build. So I wanted to have a few of these roofs that I guess are inspired by maybe some of the builds in Cats and Dogs, because we're using a lot of the assets from that. We're using Cats and Dogs windows, Cats and Dogs doors. I kind of got a little bit of inspiration from, I guess, that Hamptons look and feel. But while I was streaming just doing the exterior of the build, someone in the stream said you should kind of base it off Cape Cod, which I've never heard of that place before, but it had a similar Hamptons feel, maybe a little bit more beachy. So that was also an inspiration for this. So hopefully we kind of make it a blend of different things, and then give it, I guess, a suburban overhaul, and also give it a little bit of glam snobbiness vibe to it. That's kind of what I'm going for. I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. And in terms of the lot type, I think we make this into a lounge. So that should be pretty simple. Your Sims should use most of the stuff here. It would have been nice to add a restaurant, but I don't. The problem is, if I've said this before, but if you try and make a lot into two different kinds of community lots, number one, you can only select one from the list. So say if you want to make a restaurant slash gym, I mean, I guess, yeah, that could exist. A restaurant gym, you can only pick one or the other. And depending on what you pick is what your Sims are going to do and what all of the Sims that visit this place are going to do. So if you set it as a gym, your Sims aren't going to go use the restaurant. They're going to start working out on the equipment. Or if you set it as a restaurant, they're not going to use the gym equipment. They're going to sit down and order food. So I would love to blend more lots together, but I don't think it would really work with gameplay. So we want to make sure that it works with the game really nicely. And yeah, I think it turned out okay in the end. I'm pleased with it. So hopefully you guys like it too once we get into it. But yeah, I have been live streaming some of these builds, not all of them. I just finished one build off camera fully, which will probably be the next video. And that's like a student house using university. So there'll be a house in this world where it's like heaps of students live in an old terrace house and it's a bit run down, and there's like, you know, juice keg or beer kegs, juice kegs, whatever you want to call them, around the place, bikes, and like table tennis tables with old wallpaper from city living, that kind of thing. So there's going to be lots of different packs used in this. So I did that one off camera, and then a lot of these I start the build on a live stream. So we did this on live stream to kind of get a few ideas of what we should do, you know, build the exterior, maybe start some of the interior, and then generally I'm finishing it off in my own time off camera to make it into a YouTube video like this. Well, I guess it's technically still on camera because I'm feeling it, but it feels like my own time. And then I get to share it with you guys. So what I'm trying to say is, if you would like to come to the live streams, you totally can. I live stream on Twitch twice a week, and sometimes a bit, sometimes more. But I have a schedule for 2 days a week, and if you guys want to check that out, I'll link it in the description down below. We have a lot of fun. It's very silly, but it's a good time. Listen to chill out music. It's nice. But if you can't come to the streams, I also post the live streams on my second channel, More Deligracy, which I'll also link in the description down below. So if you guys want to watch back a stream, you can watch it back too. The only difference is you just can't chat in the chat, but you get to see the whole live stream as well. And yeah, it's been really nice. I think live streaming during a pandemic, even more so during a pandemic where my state has been in stage 4 lockdown for 8 weeks, only being allowed to go out for 1 hour a day for exercise. it's been like a lifesaver because I still feel like I get to socialize online. So thank you to you guys for checking out the streams and enjoying the videos, and I mean even being here chatting to you guys and reading your comments and all of that. It's social in its own right. So it's been a really good thing having you guys here. Thank you very much for allowing me to do this for a living. I really appreciate it because I couldn't do it without you guys. So now, this is actually a really big build. The thing that I didn't think about with rebuilding Newcrest was how big some of the builds were gonna be. Like there's a lot of, community lots often are big lots. And then there's all the houses as well. I need to create some families too, because I wanna create the families in the save file as well. And then I guess I will have it available on my website to download once we've finished it. So hopefully some of you guys can enjoy it in your game. And I think it would be really cool to turn it, to make a base game compatible version as well, where I just load it up in base game and replace anything that's been deleted. I mean, if I promise that though, that's gonna take a lot of time too. I think I say things before thinking about how much work it actually is. But the passion is there. I would love to do that, but I'll see how I go. Alternatively, I could post this and maybe someone would want to take it in their stride to create a base game version of it too. And then I could link that as well on the website. Something like that maybe could work. Anyway, at this point I was thinking of using seasons as well, and I just decided, you know what, no, let's go with cats and dogs. So we will change this fencing to, actually I think this fencing gets changed to base game in a little while. But yeah, we're gonna go through a whole heap of different ideas for the exterior. And a lot of these items, like I said before, that we pulled out with the debug cheat, we don't end up using all of them either. And the other thing is, a lot of you guys wanted to have a pool. I didn't realize it was a thing to have a pool at a country club, so that was news to me. So yeah, we're putting a pool in here. Apparently you have to have a pool. Hopefully they'll use the pool. I mean, I think at a lounge they will, surely. Or we could change it to a bar, I guess. So we're gonna have a pool. We're going to have a couple of bars. We're going to have a little office area or reception office. We're going to have some bookshelves to read. I think some chess tables, 2 bars, a mic area. So there's a mic room where you could do like a presentation or hold a meeting, which is probably where they have the meetings for the council or something like that. I'm not sure, or the mayor has a meeting there. And you can get a special pass to come to the country club if you need to hear the mayor speak, something along those lines. So there's gonna be a few things for your Sims to do here, but really it's a place to schmooze with the other Sims. And I feel like during gameplay, if Bob Pancakes and Eliza Pancakes came, you'd be like, I didn't know you were members here. You're snobby Sims. I love making snobby Sims. I think because I can't relate at all. I didn't come from a family with a whole heap of money by any means, so I couldn't be snobby if I wanted to. So I've always made snobby rich Sims because it's like, I can't relate and I want to make a completely different life and storyline to my own in The Sims, which is weird because a lot of people play The Sims and they want to make themselves and their life and their current house and their current job. But for me, it was always like, do something completely different. I only started making Sim selves as YouTube content when I played Sims 1, 2, 3. I think I would make my family just for fun, but I would never play the family, I don't think. And then I was so surprised to hear that so many people just make themselves, which is really interesting. I think it's cool. You know, everyone plays differently. There's no right or wrong way to play The Sims, which is the beauty of the game. And that's the real tea. Oh, this tea is delicious. So this is random, but okay, I bought some tea and it's by a brand called Higher Living, not sponsored. And it's weird because the tea, the bag that it comes in, like the little tea bags, they say no, not even the tea bags. The box it comes in says the flavor. But I have a special tea drawer where I empty all the tea bags out and like line them up and make it look all pretty. I'm very proud of it because I drink a lot of tea and I like selecting out my tea drawer. So I emptied these out of the packets. I bought like several different flavors, put them all in without realizing that the individual tea bag packaging don't have what they are written on it. So I completely mixed all the teas and I never know which one I'm gonna get. Like I can kind of smell them before I put them in the boiling water and be like, oh yeah, that's licorice or whatever. But at the moment, they're just surprises every time. And Higher Living, if anyone working at Higher Living ever watches this video, please, can you put the actual flavors on the individual bags? Because it would save me a lot of confusion in the future. But I've got no idea what I'm drinking right now. It's like when you think you know the flavor, it smells like something and tastes like something you know, but you can't quite put your finger on it what it is. Anyway, tastes really good though. It's very sweet. So yeah, big build. Obviously it's taking a long time. And also in the past, I have always edited down my build videos considerably because I cannot fit an entire build into a normal length YouTube video. Normal length for me would be 20 to 30 minutes. Usually I like it to be around 20, 25 minutes. And I've always done that because I thought that's what everyone wanted and what everyone enjoyed. And as it turns out, a lot of you guys have been saying, please don't cut out stuff from the build. I want to see the whole thing. Like, I don't care if it's a 40 or 50 minute video. I want to see the whole thing. So today some of this I wasn't filming, so I didn't have the footage, but I've put all the footage I have into this video. So that's why this video is like over half an hour, and some upcoming videos may be longer as well. So if you guys prefer, seeing more of the build and having longer videos, just let me know in the comments down below, because my plan is to have some longer ones. Okay, and here we go, jumping ahead. So basically what I did off camera, that was probably a bit abrupt. Basically what I did off camera was do the windows, doors, and wallpaper. And now we're gonna furnish it. So if you guys would like to see the whole process of picking the wallpapers, putting in the windows and doors, all of that, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm happy to share it. So this first room here is the reception office area. And don't worry, if you guys didn't catch the outside, we're going to go through the build at the end of this video. I will do a walkthrough. But this is like the reception office area. So you would like sign into here, or maybe you would go up to a reception desk if you need anything, need help with something, and new members would, sit there and fill out some papers or whatever. So that is the reception desk area. And in The Sims, because you don't actually have to sign in or anything else, your Sims can just use their computers in there. So it's kind of like a little computer desk internet moment if, they want to go there and do that. They totally can, but it will be restricted. There will be no Simder on there or Sims book or prawn, okay? It's very safe. It's very proper in this place. And because this was the first room, I feel like whenever I build a house or a community lot in The Sims, I often always struggle with the first room because I'm like, what is the look and the feel of this place? What kind of furniture do I want to use? So we do struggle a little bit. And oh no, are these chairs? I don't think I use those chairs in the end. I think those chairs get deleted. Because those aren't from Cats and Dogs. Oh, okay. It looks like I'm using Get to Work and Cats and Dogs at the moment in seasons. Interesting. I went through the build, but I swear there's, I might take a quick look now. I don't think it's anything from, oh wait, these chairs are from Get to Work, I think. We did keep the Get to Work chairs with the Get to Work desk, And those shelves also get to work. So, okay, I lied. It is a cats and dogs, mostly cats and dogs build with a little bit of get to work and the season's umbrellas, okay? And the spa day wallpaper on the exterior. Okay, well, it's still not too many changes if you don't have those packs, but there certainly are those packs in there. Good to know, good to have picked up on. Oh, dearie me. The other thing was when I started doing these builds, I actually was like, okay, let's do this properly. I'm gonna disable all the packs whenever I do each build. But then that was not a good idea because I'm switching different packs per build in the same save game. So every time I logged back into the save game, it would delete all the items that I had used in the old packs because the packs weren't in the save game anymore because I didn't have them in my game anymore. So that wasn't working. So yeah. Occasionally there's gonna be a couple of items that sneak in, I think, from other packs, but I'm trying my best here. And now this room over here is just going to be essentially the lounge area. This is where you can go sit down, chat, meet up with friends, gossip, whatever you want to do, meet other people in the area, meet new Sims who may have moved in. Give them a fruitcake at the country club, you know, there's no need to go up to their house. You can offer them a fruitcake here. Oh, goodness me. When I move house, I want to give all my neighbors fruitcake. Just because it's the Sims meme and they'll be like, thanks. Wait, that makes no sense because I'm the new person moving in. They should bring me fruitcake. I mean, I can still give fruitcake to them if I want to. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so a lot of the colors in this build are very pastel, you know, soft. At the moment we were going for a blue color scheme in this room and I wanted it to look slightly more, a little bit more maybe dated, maybe slightly more 90s. Like I said, this place is modern and it's had a lot of upkeep, but at the same time, I wanted it to have a little bit of a dated feel because it is more of a classic establishment that's been around for a while. So this room is actually going to be, the other thing is I kind of felt like this looked like someone's house with the blue. Anyway, so this is going to be upgraded. Upgraded? What are we, on a flight? We're gonna turn it into like more of a coral, eggshell, pinky colored room. More a salmon room. Let's call it a salmon room. Fun fact, I'm actually having salmon tonight, so that's very exciting, some baked salmon. But yeah, we're going to totally change up the colors in this. And also because the rest of the build already felt quite cool because we're using some grays in it. We've got the cool dark flooring as well. Lots of blacks and whites. I did want to heat it up a bit with a little bit of a warmer color like a salmon color. So we're gonna get to that. But generally speaking, the idea of the room, the couches will be changed too. But the idea of the room, the placement of the fireplace is going to be the same. The curtains are the same. Yeah, I'm just looking at the new build versus what we're doing here. So it is interesting to see like your choices that you make. It's like, ooh, did I make the right choice changing it from this? I mean, this looks nice, but I think the other one suits the establishment more when we change it up. And I thought these would be like a guest book or something that you write in and be like, Penelope Jones visited on the 10th of April. Oh my gosh, that's my birthday. And loved this establishment. Loved my juice drink because they have juice in the Sims. On the deck, watching the pool boy. You know what I watched the other day? Not a pool boy. I watched Legally Blonde, where they talk about watching the pool boy. That is such a good movie. And then sometimes when I watch movies, I then Google the actors and then read about the actors in the movie. I do that a lot. Then I Googled Reese Witherspoon and then I saw a picture of her daughter and I was like, wow, her daughter looks so much like her and her dad, which I think was Ryan Philippe. I don't know how to say his name. I think I think that's her dad, because she looks so much like her mom and dad. It's crazy. What's her name? Ava. Yeah, so then I was reading all about, you know, this family, and then I was like, okay, now I feel like such a weirdo. Okay, and now here we are making all of the changes to the room, making it look more coral. I mean, don't you think it looks a little bit more 90s and like it suits the place a bit more? Slightly more dated? I don't know, I just think it works better and it warms it up a bit. And the urn on top of the fireplace, I'm not sure what would be in the urn. Perhaps the guy that's in the painting, or the cat on his shoulder. Or maybe it's just like a nice looking urn. Can you have urns on top of a fireplace without ashes? You can, right? You can absolutely do that. So this is all very nice. I mean, really, the lounge room had a complete facelift. I really changed my mind on this one. And this was not on live stream. This was, I think, in my own time. So putting in some wood as well. I wanted to have a few feature walls. Again, it kind of gives it a more country vibe or slightly beachy vibe. With cats and dogs, I mean, it is country cross beachy feel aesthetic, so that works. A few paintings around the place. I love this cats and dogs map thing. I think that's so cool in glass. I love that. It's like the lighthouse island, I think. It's a mini sculpture of it. I thought that was pretty cool. And originally, I was going to turn this little area into the speaking area. And this is where you would have some meetings or whatever. But then I realized there was a problem with having that downstairs because the lower corridor was fully open. And it wouldn't make sense to have a meeting room that's open because people would be always walking past and interrupting and there'd be too much noise. So we actually end up moving that to another room. And then upstairs is a second bar. We have one bar outside, and then upstairs we have another bar. So there'll be two bars on the lot. And then this is the speaking room I was telling you about, which I think I even try and put in a wall here and fail at it. So that's going to be moved. And instead we're going to have a piano down there, which I believe is a requirement of a lounge. You're meant to have a musical instrument. So I needed to put a piano in somewhere, or a guitar or violin. So yeah, but I'm struggling a little bit with it at this point, but once you reshuffle it around, it looks a lot better. So putting in a couple of rugs, figuring out what looks nice. This room needed a bit of work too. I just wasn't really happy with it. And in the end, I changed that long desk to an actual reception desk with the get to work pack. And I also like the fact that above this room, you can actually look over downwards. And I think in that kind of shape of a room where it's got the angled walls and those bay looking windows, it's quite pretty being double height. So I like that that's going to be open as well. And there'll be like another little lounge sitting area down there. Up here's a bit of a D floor, you know, if you want to rent out the country club, have a reception here, have a bit of a party, you totally can. Get some buffet tables in, there's plenty of outdoor seating. You could definitely have your wedding reception here. You could, I mean, if you wanted to, you could put a wedding arch in this area too. You know, whatever you're feeling for, you can do. And upstairs is quite minimal. I definitely feel like this bar might have been a newer addition to the place, having it upstairs with the D floor, so I wanted it to look a little bit more fresh, more freshly painted. We're going to have a fun stripy wall soon. And oh, I just realized I also put in some Get Famous sconces. I think I put in like 2 Get Famous sconces. Wow, I've been naughty with this one. I really did think I was using only cats and dogs when I started this video, but she snuck some extra packs in. Deli. Sometimes I feel like she's another person when I watch back on her decisions. But hey, it was me. So these are the sconces that are actually from Get Famous. So those would need to be replaced too. There's a few things. But yeah, I really liked having that pink runner rug. I thought that was really cool. Again, it's kind of a salmon color. I think I was in the mood for salmon and pink that day. And over on this wall, I was like, oh, we could do like a pinky feature wall to tie it in. And then I thought it would be fun to do like a candy stripe along that wall. So not for everyone, but I thought it was a bit of fun. And I feel like, you know, a cringy board of something or other, the community board at this country club would have been like, let's create a new bar. And then they're like, oh, let's put some stripes on the wall. It's going to be really, really, you know, fun, and the youths will like it. You know, something like that. Something a little more flirty to go with your cocktails. But really, I love it because it is bright and fun. So yeah, we're about to move the downstairs speaking room to this room up here. I think I actually try and put a piano in this room. Yeah, that's the piano, and it just wasn't really working for me. So we moved the piano downstairs. And look, when you're building in The Sims 4, I really think it's a good idea to play around with your build. Like, you may as well try a few different things. I mean, what's the rush? Enjoy the game. Experiment a little, have fun, all right? So we're going to put the piano downstairs and then create the lounge down here. And I actually really like the lounge. I think the lounge, what I was thinking about when I created this lounge was actually one of my favorite places I've ever been to is New York. I love New York. I love Brooklyn. I've been lucky to have been able to go there a few times. And I was actually thinking about in the hotel lobby of where I was staying. I think I was staying on the Upper West Side. There was a hotel there that I stayed at, and they had this fantastic bar area in the lobby with all these couches and tables, and you could go get a drink, and they would have live music and someone playing the piano or a band come up. And I was kind of thinking about how those tables and chairs and those lounges were set up in that lobby, because there wasn't a whole heap of space, and a few of the tables were kind of on different angles. And yeah, I was just thinking about that and really enjoyed that. So that's good. And yeah, this is the piano area, you know, bit of fun. Gotta love a little bit of jazz. I feel like there would be a lot of jazz played here. I like jazz. It's interesting. A lot of people don't, but I don't really get why you wouldn't like jazz. Is it because there is no rules to the song? Sometimes the song doesn't repeat at all. It just kind of goes wherever it wants to go, and maybe people like something that's more planned out and in like a pattern of the bridge, the chorus, the verse kind of thing. Anyway, I like jazz though. I find it very calming. Actually, fun fact, whenever I need to sleep on a flight, I cannot sleep on planes by myself. It's such a bummer. Here's the speaking room being moved. I always listen to Frank Sinatra. I listen to Frank Sinatra, and I have it low on noise cancelling headphones, and I have like a sleeping tablet. It's really the few times that I have sleeping tablets will be on a plane or a flight, and I just kind of go off to Frank Sinatra, and I find it very, very relaxing. So I love my jazz. That's jazz, right? Oh my gosh, what happens if that isn't jazz and I thought I've liked jazz this whole time? I think it's jazz. Anyway, and oh, did I do one last bar over here? No, I definitely moved that Brindleton Bay display thing up there. Okay, well let's walk through the build and let me show you what it looks like when it's all finished. And I'm very curious to hear what you guys think, because I don't think this build's going to be for everyone, but hopefully you guys agree that it kind of meets what we were aiming for. Okay, so this is the completed country club. Let me know what you think. It's a lot. It definitely has had a bit of a facelift, a bit of a paint job in recent years, but I like how it turned out. I think it's kind of cool. It looks a bit snobby to me, which I like. And the outdoor area is actually really nice with sun lounges and little umbrellas.
Lots of outdoor space. Why is there like a random couch there? Just ignore that. I don't know. I don't know who did that. But anyway, it wasn't me. So let's go inside. Okay, so when you go inside the establishment, this is the lounge room, the seating area with the fireplace. You can see out to the pool area, which is really nice. You can get this little window seat over here, thanks to cats and dogs when we got those bay windows. You walk through here to this little reception area and you can be like, oh, hi, Karen, at the desk. And then you can walk out here, do whatever you want out there. Or you can continue through here where there may be a piano playing. We've got the double height ceilings I was telling you about over there. I quite like that. This is probably my favorite spot, actually. Oh, double chandeliers. That needs to be fixed too. And let's just ignore that. Over here, we have a bathroom, very basic. Toilets in here. You know, if you need a powder your nose, you can go in there. Classic painting, love that. Let's just go outside though. We'll go outside this door. So there's a few seating areas out here as well. The pool area, very, very nice with the lounges. I mean, it looks country club to me. And then we've got some seating areas over here on the grass patch area, a bar. You can see a playground in the distance. You look out onto the lake. So it is in a prime position. There's some hanging plants up there too. Let's go through this archway and up this staircase. So when you get to the top of the stairs, there is this other bar, lots of fun. We have a D floor over here. You can look out the windows or look down to the piano. And then over here, more seating. And then this is the presentation room, or there's some stand-up comedy if you wanted to replace that with lounges. What is in here? Oh, this is another bathroom. Right, so we have the upstairs bathroom here too, which is a little bit smaller, but there are some more toilets and things. There's a little balcony area here that opens up to a wider balcony with beautiful views. So there's lots of room for fun. And why is this couch there? Oh my goodness me. And then the other thing that I wanted to get rid of was this miniature light down here. But anyway, that's the country club. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you want to use it or download it. You totally can. I'll put it on the gallery. But as always, I hope you guys are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you soon. Dak dak!